Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. So, we've only got one person at the moment. Who have we got? I think we've got Mike. I know we've got Jen, but she's driving home from the falls. So, my job for tonight is to just warm you all up for Jen when she gets on. So, you have to be nice because if you're not, Jen will take it all out on you. So, tonight, I want to talk about something that I've seen on YouTube, and it's the gurus. And you look at the advice from the gurus, and you see the flash remarks. If you do this, you'll be better than 90% of the content creators out there. If you do this, you'll be in the top 1% of the content creators out there. Hello, Debbie Sue, how are you? And, things like if you do this, you'll activate easy mode on YouTube. And the advice that they give is good advice. It's like optimizing your titles, your thumbnails, things like that. But the advice that they give doesn't work for what I call real creators, in the sense that the advice that they give assumes that all of the content creators are operating on perfectly oiled machines, and that's just not the case. Hello, Dana, how are you? Yeah, the gurus tell us to optimize everything, but their advice doesn't really translate to everybody because we have people, content creators who are struggling. Hello, ladies. We've got Pam, we've got M. Lovely to have you in. And yeah, there's content creators out there who are struggling, who are maybe lacking a bit of confidence, and they're not quite sure what direction they want to go in with the channel. And the advice that the gurus are not giving us, because I think maybe they've just forgotten it, is we need to stop trying to optimize everything and instead focus on resonating with the people that we're talking to, resonating with our viewers, our subscribers, because you can optimize a video and make it great, but if the person watching that video doesn't feel some type of a connection with you, they've got no reason to come back to your videos. But if that person does feel a connection with you and does resonate with you and you resonate with them, well, then you've given them a reason to come back and not just watch one video, but they watch multiple videos, because they go past being subscribed to you for your content, and instead they're subscribed to your channel because of you, because you provide value to them. They understand how you feel because they've been in that situation. Mike, your channel is amazing, and you have so much to offer to people. Like me, for example, I love watching you when you're out on the boat fishing, and I always feel like I'm going to be learning something new. And even when I'm not learning something new, your moments that are relatable are moments like when your son surprised you on your birthday with the boat. That was a real, genuine, heart-to-heart moment. Other content creators are not making content like that. They're making like almost generic content. But with your content, Mike, it's relatable. And to be honest, most of the people in the community, our content is relatable. We're not trying to be something that we're not, and we're not trying to talk to the masses. We're just talking to either like a small group of people, or we're talking to just one person who we actually know. Like in one of my videos, I might make a video and I'll be talking about a situation that, for example, Laurie has been through, that maybe I have some experience with. So I will speak to that. I won't mention Laurie's channel, but I will know that the person I'm speaking to is Laurie. And by doing it like that, you're then speaking to other people who have been through the same thing, whatever that thing is. And oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. It's great to have you here. And Mike, you liking my little banner that I've made? Welcome to the Cool Kids table. I think Scott will like that if he shows up. But yeah, as I was saying, we're not trying to be people that we're not. We're just talking to speak of the devil. There's Laurie. As I was saying, I might make a video about something that Laurie has gone through. And I won't mention Laurie's channel, but I might speak to what she has been through if it's something that I have experienced. And that's how you talk to the one person. I might watch one of Mike's videos or watch one of Jen's videos and notice, okay, maybe they're going through something, or I've been through that. So I might make a video speaking to that. And again, I won't mention the individual channel that I'm speaking to, but I will speak about the situation if it's something that I have experienced myself. And when you do that, you're not just talking to the one person that you're talking to, because if you're resonating with that person, chances are you're resonating with 10, 20, 30 other people who have been through or are currently going through a similar situation. And that is like across the board. It can be, you might be making a video about fishing. Okay, well, you're talking about different rods and different types of tackle baits, and you see, oh, such a channel's recently been looking at what rods to buy, so I might be able to make a video recommending certain rods. There's so many different ways that you can do it, and I think that is what keeps us grounded, is being relatable and being real, being authentic, because we have people, there's content creators out there who are, for lack of a better term, they're performing. Maybe they're still quite new, or maybe they haven't quite found their rhythm, and they are trying to do what everybody else that they watch is doing, but that might not be relative to the type of content that they want to make. They're just trying to make videos that they've seen other people making. And if you're not making videos about things that you know about and things that you've been through, then how can you be authentic? And trust me, if you're performing, people who are watching that video, they can tell that you're not 100% sure what you're talking about, or maybe you're not 100%, you might not have actually been through those types of things. So that's why I think it's important to, yes, listen to the advice from people like Think Media, vidIQ, because their advice is good advice. I'm not saying it's bad advice. I'm just saying with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, like Think Media, I think they've got maybe a few million subscribers. Why is it you never see any of those channels talking about resonating with your audience, resonating with the viewers? I'll tell you why. It's because optimizing videos, optimizing thumbnails, and optimizing titles and all of that, that is teachable. So they can put a price on that and they can make courses about that exact thing. You can't make a course about being relatable and being authentic because it's messy, you know. Hello, Kelly. Lovely to have Kelly in the house. Yes, you can't create a course teaching somebody how to be authentic, because when you're being authentic, it means being vulnerable. It means talking about something that you might not be 100% comfortable talking about. And the gurus, they don't want to get into that side of things because they can't put a price on that. They can't mass produce videos. You know, they'll make 10, 20 videos all about how to improve thumbnails and another 10, 20 videos about how to improve titles. But when was the last time you seen any of those big gurus talking about connection with your audience, relating to your audience, speaking about things your audience has been through? They don't, because they're trying to teach you something and in turn get you to maybe buy something from them, or subscribe to one of their courses, buy one of their books. And I've got the Think Media book, the one Sean Cannell released, YouTube Secrets, the red book. I have that, and it is a good book. But when I started making content myself, I realized there's something in that book that is missing. And that's what I see people like Pam doing, and Laurie doing, and Sally doing. All of their content is relatable because you've either been through it, you know someone who's been through it, or they're sharing their story and you want to show support and love for them because they are like friends to us. And like it says down on the banner, community, friends, and family. That's what we all are. We are, we start as a community and friends, but we become like one big family. And that is something that the gurus cannot teach you how to do. So let's get into some of the comments. Oh, I noticed on last week's stream when I was watching it back, it was very laggy. So what I've done is I've lowered the resolution down for this stream. So let me know if it's running smooth or if it's quite laggy. Let me know, and I can fix that real quick. That won't be a problem. So I mean, Mrs. Paula said in one of the comments on one of my videos that she wonders how to get rid of like glare from glasses, and I thought, okay, well, quite a few of the people in the community wear glasses, so maybe I might do a video about that. But then I thought, I'm doing a live stream, I can just talk about it. So here is a normal pair of glasses, and as you can see, very glary. So I just got a pair of anti-glare glasses, and all of that glare goes away. It's real simple. You can also do it by the way you've got your lights positioned and things like that, but 9 times out of 10, I would just say get a pair of anti-glare glasses. Okay, everything's running smooth. That is good to know. So I will keep it at the same resolution, and there's no need to change it after that. So I know Jen is coming on live tonight, not on here, but she's also got her own live tonight. And I noticed that she has recently passed the 100 subscriber mark on her channel. So I want to say a big congratulations to Jen, because I know for me, getting to 100 felt like forever. So I know it was a big deal for me. So I'm really happy for Jen. She deserves that. So yes, Pam's saying that it's so true, and it is true that this community, we relate to each other. Our content it's not designed to be mass produced. We're not like talking about content that's only for men, or content that's only for women, or content that's only for like people of a certain age range. No, our content, it's either for everybody or it's for just one particular person. And when the content is for one particular person, 9 times out of 10, that content is going to resonate with 20 or 30 other people, because there's never going to be just one person going through a particular situation, is there? We've all been through stressful situations. We've all experienced loss, hardships. But at the same time, we've all experienced high moments and things that make us happy. And I noticed Scott did a video today where he was basically asking people, if you're not watching my content, then please unsubscribe, because it's only hurting my channel, like his channel, and it's obviously not providing with you with any value, because you're like not watching the content. So if you're just subscribed because you're like, oh, Scott's a nice guy, I'll subscribe to him, I'll do him a favor, you're not doing him a favor. And if you do that with any channel, you subscribe to them because they're a friend, but you don't actually watch their content, you're not actually doing them any favors at all. If you want to do them a favor, then either unsubscribe from their channel or watch their content. Because when YouTube sends their content out and it appears in front of you, but then you don't click on that content, the click-through rate drops, and people think, oh, well, YouTube, the algorithm thinks that people are not interested in their content, so they're less likely to show it to more people. So that's why it's important to, if you see someone who you subscribe to has uploaded a video and you want to really support them, watch the video and maybe even like and comment on the video, because that is how the community grows, is by interaction with each other and engaging with each other on different topics. Like I was honored enough to be asked to join Kelly on her live stream this past week, just gone, where there was me, Kelly, and one of Kelly's friends, Cindy, and we was talking about the Mel Robbins book, The Let Them Theory. A really, really good book. And by having different people on the live stream, you're getting different perspectives of the same book, the same topic, but each person has a slightly different perspective. They might agree on aspects of the book, but they might have different reasons for agreeing with the book. And like Cindy, absolutely amazing woman, has 13 children. I don't know how she had time to read that book, but she was able to do it. And she is, because of the 13 children, that gave her one perspective that I would never have had because I don't have children. And a perspective that, I know Kelly's got 2 children, so Kelly won't have the same perspective as someone who's got 13 children. I mean, yes, like Kelly said, Cindy's children are older now, and I think there's one left at home, I think she said, one getting ready to leave high school or college. But imagine what that's like, to raise 13 children and then to do what Cindy's doing, which is getting involved in the local politics for her area, councilwoman. I think it's just amazing to see. We say, like, nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And if you want to have something that you've never had, you need to do something that you've never done. So Cindy saw something that she wanted to have changed, or she saw an area where she would like to affect and encourage some change. So she joined the local, became a council person on started going to the school board meetings and got involved like that. And I would never have thought to do something like that. But sometimes that's what it takes, is to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We only grow when we're brave enough to step out of our comfort zone, try something new, and see if it's for us or not. And if it's not for us, that's fine. Failing is not like a bad thing. It means you was brave enough to try something, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. That's not like a discouragement on you. That's just saying, okay, at least I know I tried. So now I can maybe try something different, or I can look at what went wrong, why did it go wrong, and is there anything that I can do to make the result different if the same thing was to happen again. So there's many ways to look at wanting to be adventurous and wanting to try new things to grow. Like, you might have people who are out of work and they're like, okay, maybe I'm gonna apply for jobs in maybe a career path that I haven't tried yet. That's stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's a brave thing to do, but it's how we grow. I've been reading, one of the books that I've been reading is called The Mountain Is You. And it's all about turning self-sabotage into victories, and how to recognize self-sabotage and how to change it. And it says that we as a society tend to self-sabotage because we are comfortable being comfortable, and maybe we don't want to do the little bit of hard work to take us to that next level, because maybe we're afraid, what if we fail? Well, you're never going to know if you don't try. And that's how we grow. We have to continue learning to evolve. That's just the way it is. So who else have we got? I know we've got Abidi Khan. Welcome. How are you? So yes, Kelly, thank you for inviting me onto that live, and I will be sure to try to get you onto one of my lives to discuss maybe some Mel Robbins podcast episodes. Maybe we could even do it with me, you, and Cindy again. I know, I think it was Lottie said she wished that she had known we were going to do that live stream talking about Mel Robbins, because she would have liked to have joined, because she's a big fan of Mel Robbins. So, it's something that we can look to expand on and make like a bi-monthly thing. Just getting a load of people together talking about one particular episode, or it could be talking about Mel Robbins, it could be talking about different people who we feel are resonating with us, that our friends might not have heard of or might not have watched much of her content. So yes, it would be fun. And I know Laurie would like to join, and I think Sally would be up for joining as well. There's so many, I've got so many ideas for live streams. Like, if we could get me, Scott, and maybe Mike, or one of somebody, and we could call the episode The Three Wise Men, and just have three guys on there talking about whatever and showing that we're not actually as wise as we're supposed to be. just so many ideas, and I have been talking with Sally on WhatsApp about different ideas for getting more of the community involved in, like, say, for example, this live stream where we would have maybe me, Laurie, Sally, Jen, Ali, if Ali wanted to join, just different people on camera at the same time, talking about whatever. The way we do in the chat, when any one of us goes live, there's always a chat full of people, and they'll be just talking about anything. And that's what I want these lives to be, because we just have so much fun. Yeah, it does sound fun, and it will be fun. It just takes a little bit of working out the logistics of it all, because we have to work out, okay, what day would be the best day to do it, what time would be the best time to do it, whose channel would we do it on. I mean, I know with StreamYard you can say, if you've got 6-7 people on camera, each person can stream that show or that episode to their own channels. So each person, it counts towards each person's watch time, but it also gets the other people on camera. It gives them extra exposure to the other channels. Oh, look, here we go. Sally, I've just been talking about the idea I had about trying to get a few of us all on camera together and just talking about whatever comes to mind. Yes, you're right, Kelly. It does only work if you have the paid version, which I know I only recently got the paid version a couple of weeks ago, after I decided that, yeah, I'm going to start doing a live stream every week and becoming a bigger part of the community, being more involved in the community. But I think it's the paid version for what you get. It's absolutely worth it. It's so customizable, and just being able to stream to multiple, like, say, I could be going to live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all at the same time. Not that I am, because I very rarely use Facebook. It's nothing but drama, and I don't even think I can remember the last time I actually went onto Twitch. But yeah, it's so customizable, so each person can just customize their stream however they want. And I know Laurie said she's looking at getting StreamYard, because I think she was with Ecam and it started crashing on her. And okay, Sally, how do you get lost in Pittsburgh? I mean, do you not have sat-nav? Or is your sat-nav Daryl? In which case I can understand why you would get lost. If you've got you and Daryl in the car together, I can absolutely understand why you would get lost, because you two just wind each other up and crack each other up, and it absolutely tickles me. I don't know how the two of you manage. I really don't. I can just imagine. I'm imagining now Daryl driving and him asking Sally where are they supposed to be turning on the map, and like Sally's just turning the map upside down, trying to see whereabouts they are. And oh, the fun I bet those two have. It's just hilarious. But oh god, there you go. So Sally and Daryl may get home today. They may get home next week. They may end up staying the night in a motel because they ran out of gas in the middle of nowhere. Who knows what's going to happen? I feel sorry for the cats. The cats are going to starve. See, Daryl is driving. So that means Sally's doing the map reading, which means that's why they're lost. I mean, Mike knows the struggle is real. But you know we love you, Sally. No, you should probably be getting the sat nav on your phone and typing in your zip code so the sat nav on your phone can direct you to where you need to be going. That's what you need to be doing. Helping. It's a full tank. So how many hours is that? How many miles is that going to take you? 200-300 miles? And ladies and gentlemen, one of the OGs, one of my original mentors on YouTube, Karen, absolutely wonderful to have you here. Karen did so much for me when I started on YouTube. You know, she helped me find my confidence. She reached out to me. I joined the chat on one of Rob the Maritimer's live streams, and Karen was one of the first people to welcome me into the live stream. She was just in the chat, like she wasn't on camera with Rob. She was just like in the chat, and you know, that's how I got talking to Karen and Paula, Susan, Allison, all the Golden Girls. And it's just to get them all together, it's hilarious. And I think Allison and Paula are due to meet up. Isn't that pretty soon, Karen? Or is that already happened? I can't remember if it was this month they're meeting up or next month. So let's have a look. We are except they moved the store to another location. Oh, so you're going home, but you went to the store, but they moved the store to another different location. Well, that's very inconsiderate of them. I mean, did they not consult with you on this? The cheekiness of that. So, how is your day going so far, Karen? And Karen's live streams a couple of weeks ago passed the 1 year anniversary of doing the live streams with the girls, and I haven't joined as many as I would like to because it's usually like 11 o'clock at night or almost midnight my time when they do go live. So if I'm awake, I will try to join the lives, but sometimes I'm just like feeling so tired, not able to actually sleep. So that's good. That's good. So where the store used to be, it's no longer there. It's all good. They found our way. So Sally, are you now on your way home, or are you now on your way to the store? You know how to get to the store, because either way, it's good knowing that you actually know where you're going now. It is. Yes. I was talking to Sally about sleep yesterday, I think. and we was sharing that, we both had problems sleeping, and it's important to prioritize getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, which I don't do. I mainly drink tea or coffee. But trying to drink more fluids. And I think we just have to put our own health as a priority, which is part of what Mel Robbins says in her book, The Let Them Theory. Because although a lot of the book is let them do this, let them think that way, let them say whatever they want to say, but also let us, let us have the chance to put ourselves first. Let us have the opportunity to be happy. Just because we're going to let people think whatever they want to think and say whatever they want to say, at the same time, that doesn't mean that we have to let that affect what we want to do. If we want to move to a different area, move to a different area. Well, how, oh my days, we actually like getting lost. That doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. I can just kind of imagine you throwing a dart at a map and saying, okay, that's where we're going, and then we need to find our way home again. It's Sally, you're just so young at heart and so like easygoing and free willed, and just it's refreshing to see you watching you. It kind of gives me energy. I mean, sometimes I do have to like think to myself, that's too much. Especially when you're waving the clacky thing in Daddle's face. But just your energy, the way you're so full of life, it's refreshing. It's not pronounced like that. It's Lori. So, Sally, are you going down to? I know you said you was traveling to see Laurie. Are you meeting halfway, or are you going to where Laurie lives? And yes, that's much better. So, do you and Laurie have plans for Saturday? Have you made any like this is what we'll do and this is where we'll go, or is it kind of just yeah, we'll see what happens? And yes, Sally and Daryl. I mean, Sally's so young and full of life, and Daryl has got the patience of a saint. So Sally's going to Penn State. I'm quite ignorant because the only thing I know about Penn State is that it's got a university. I don't actually know where in America Penn State is. I just know that they've got a pretty good university. But yeah, there's places in America, like I won't know whereabouts the place is, but I'll know certain things about the place. But I'm like that with everywhere. Like even in my own country of the UK, if someone said to me like, "Was say Southampton?" I think it's down south, but it could be closer to up north. I don't know. It's if I the way I look at it is if I don't need to go there, then I don't need to know anything about the place. Um, if it's not affecting, if I need to give somebody directions, or if something's happening in that area and it's newsworthy to me, then I will become aware of that area. But other than that, I don't need to know about like different places. Oh, so is Sally coming up for your daughter's graduation? And that's your youngest daughter because and then you said, yeah, your youngest daughter's graduating Friday, I think you said, and then she's gonna stay over there for a few days before coming home. Oh, so Sally's gonna be helping. Well, that could be fun. I don't know if is Sally's daddle going with you? Is it going to be like a road trip? Are you going to be down there for a couple of days, or is it just like a 1 day thing? Ugh. Yeah. Oh, Karen, you see, Liverpool just yesterday were beaten by my team. So my wife supports Liverpool. I support Manchester United. It's a wonderful time to be alive at the moment. But I was explaining to Sally how like the the football rivalry in the UK is insane some of the times, and when you've got teams like Liverpool and Manchester United, they're the two biggest rivals in the country, and their rivalry goes back like 100 years. So whenever they only play each other like 2, 3 times a season, um, yes, I'm a Man U supporter. Um, you must have seen. I'm sure I've done videos. I'm pretty sure in the reflections, self-reflections, and conversations with myself, I've got one of my Manchester United shirts on, Karen. So yeah, if you go back, you will see that. And yes, I did have one of my shirts on yesterday watching the game, and it was a wonderful game to watch. It really was. So, what have you been working on, Karen? Have you got any videos coming out shortly that you would like to share with the group? Yes, Sally, my team won. They scored about 10 minutes away from the end of the game, so my team won. But it's always it's always fun to see. It really is. So, who is ready for Jen's live tonight? Because she gave me one instruction at the beginning of my live stream. She said, "Get the audience warmed up for me." So that's my only job for tonight is to make sure you are all warmed up, ready for Jen's live in an hour. And No, sorry, in 2 hours. It's 2 hours when Jen goes live. So I know, Sally. I was saying earlier that she's at over 100 subscribers now, and that's just, it warms the heart to see that someone like Jen, who is so deserving of good things, manages to reach. All you need, or Sally needs, 2 more subscribers to get to the two. No, it is. Let's have a look here. There you go, Karen. So that's who's going live in 2 hours. I don't know if you're subscribed to her, but she is absolutely amazing. She used to live in the UK and she moved up to Canada, moved over to Canada now, and she is a laboratory scientist, working in the medical field. I mean, she knows more about the medical profession than Dr. Phil. Like, she's just so. Yes, Jen goes live every Monday at, well, it is now almost 10 p.m. my time, and Jen goes live at, I think it's midnight. It's midnight or 11 o'clock. I can't remember which one. But Laurie's Soul Circle, on her channel, she has like a community posts page where she has a list of everybody's, like, what day it is and everybody who's going live that day and what time. So if ever, like, I can't, if I'm struggling to sleep and I'm like, okay, I need to get up, I can always jump on the computer, go on, see who's live, and it's just so amazing. Paula, you're never late. You arrive exactly when you mean to arrive. And that is all that is needed from you, my darling Paula. Yes, Jen has been helping Sally, trying to find Sally some answers to some health questions that Sally's been having. And we've got Mrs. Paula and we've got Karen in. And all I think we need now was, if we get Alison in as well, then you've got quite a crowd. Yeah, it's only my second week going live, like, regular. And yeah, it gets easier, obviously. But I mean, I've done lives with you and Karen that many times. I know my way around all the software, and I now, like Karen, I now have the paid version of StreamYard. So, and I can definitely say it is 100% worth it. I think if you're not a regular streamer and you only maybe do it once a month, you don't necessarily need the paid version. You can probably get by with the free version. But if you want to say, oh, thank you, Sally. If you want to, like, commit to it and say, okay, I'm going to live stream once a week, twice a week, then it is worth getting the upgrading to the paid version of StreamYard. Although, you know, Rob the Maritimer, he goes live, I think, twice a week. I think he goes live every Tuesday and maybe every Friday. And he uses Ecamm, and I don't think he's ever had a problem with Ecamm Live. So it's I think a personal preference for what streaming software you want to use, but it is worth having a paid version if there is one, because of the customization options and the advanced options that it gives you, like being able to stream at, say, 1080p, maybe being able to stream to different locations or have different people on the live stream with you. I've never used Ecamm, so I don't know how good Ecamm is. If it's good enough for Rob the Maritime, and I'm sure it'd be good enough for me, but I've just never used it. Sally, the reason I don't have Ecamm is Ecamm is primarily a streaming software for Mac users, and I've never had a Mac or a MacBook or an iMac. So it's like I've never really had an iPhone. I've always been like a Samsung person or a Windows computer person. Like, I built my own computer from like used parts, and you can't do that with Macs that I'm aware of. So Sally, let's be honest, you make it work. The way you do your lives, I don't know how, but it seems to just work perfect on YouTube. And if it works for you, and if you're comfortable using just YouTube, then you've got no reason to like switch to a different software. You know, we don't need the best software to make great content. Like right now, I'm doing this live stream from my cell phone, which is connected wirelessly to my computer. So, you know, last week I was using my webcam, and then when I went back and was looking at the footage, I wasn't happy with it. So I put my webcam in my drawer and said I'm going to use my cell phone, my Samsung phone, and it looks great. It sounds great. People have said it's not lagging like it seemed to last week. So I've identified that issue, identified what was causing it, and fixed it. So hopefully that shouldn't be a problem now going forward. So, you know, like Karen said, and like I said, you don't need like a 5, 6, £700 camera to make great content. The camera doesn't make the content. You make the content. Your story makes the content. You don't need a £150 or £200 microphone to get great audio. You know, you can use wireless microphones, like cheap ones. You can use lapel ones, $20, and get great audio. So you make the content that you want to make with the things that you already have. And if you're in a position where you want to upgrade and you decide to upgrade, that's perfectly fine. What I'm saying is, you don't need to spend hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds to get all these professional lighting and all of that, because at the end of the day, the gear does not make the content great. It's the person recording the content, the person in front of the camera, the person editing the footage. That's who makes the content great. And I'm sure you've seen the videos. You get like a professional videographer using a £100 camera, and then you get an amateur using a £5,000 camera, and they both go out to get the same shots. And 9 times out of 10, the person with the £100 camera, the professional, is the one who gets the better shots because he knows what shots and how to get those shots. So it's not about the gear at all. It's about you, your story, your message, and how you deliver that message to your viewers. So, yes, he is a handsome Mike, isn't he, Sally? Mike could have himself a like a Magic Mike episode, I'm sure. Okay, guys, it is 10 o'clock, so I'm going to call it a day. Go and make myself a drink and get ready to watch Jen's live. And I hope that each and every one of you can join me in Jen's live when she goes live, and help support her for what she does. And she's just absolutely an amazing person. She really is. And thank you, everybody, for Sally. Is it 1 hour or 2 hours when Jen goes live? I think hey PD, how are you doing, man? Mike, Sally, before I go, is it 1 or 2 hours before Jen goes live? Oh, so it's 1 hour. So there you go. It is, Karen, it is 1 hour when Jen will be going live, and her live chat will be just full of people. So it'll be great to see everybody there. And I will see you all next Monday. And if you want to join in, let me know. Send me an email and we'll get you on camera and we'll just have a chat. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all.